The Gold Coast Convention and Exhibition Centre, sold out no less, hosts the fourth and final Constellation Cup test for 2022. And it all comes down to this, 60 minutes of netball to decide it. If New Zealand retains the cup or Australia wins it back, it really is that simple. Whoever wins takes the series.
Both sides will just need to settle a little bit. It doesn't matter that it's the fourth game of this series, sorry. The nerves will still be high. There is so much at stake.
Underway in the fourth test. There are headwinds off court for the Diamonds, so what sort of performance do we get on court against the Constellation Cup holders, New Zealand? Joe Weston draws the first penalty and Grace Nweke scores the first goal for New Zealand. Watson looking for Garvin, it comes down for Kelly Jury. So another turnover from the Australians, and the Silver Ferns score on the back of that.
And this is confident building for the Silver Ferns. They're being exceptionally patient as they work the ball down court. Maddie Gordon, she started the game in game 3. She was a little bit rattled, you could tell, came back on in the last quarter and was exceptional. She's a young talent for the Silver Ferns.
Just 22, you're right.
And she's starting off tonight superbly.
As is Grace Nweke. Bruce working Nweke before Weston comes in, and the Australians get the result they were after there.
Oh.
Now it's Maddie Gordon to Grace Nweke. So one turnover into another. The clock aware as we go down to 10 seconds left in this first quarter. Wood finding Garvin, but there Karaka knocks it over the goal line. Garvin will get the shots. And the final score of the opening periods. They were down by a margin in that first quarter, but the Aussies have steadied and rallied to trail by 3 at the break. Silver Ferns 16, Diamonds 13. Let's see how the umpires negotiate this second quarter. With Kate Maloney having the centre pass through Weston and Jamie Lee Price. Here's Watson.
Better play there from the Diamonds, being direct and using that centre channel. In that first quarter, they just seemed like they were getting a little bit wide. We heard Stacey Marankovic saying to them, I want someone punching through the middle.
Sophie Garvin on the end of it all, now 7 from 7 in this test. Now Nweke on the end of the Maddie Gordon feed, and Grace Nweke keeps doing what she's done all series. 16-13 at the break as Heffernan gets in between the Australians, forces the turnover.
Like a thief in the night, wasn't it, Kate Heffernan? Where did she come from?
A star of the first test in Auckland before it moved the series, that is, to Tauranga and Melbourne, now the Gold Coast, and we're not done after tonight either. About to start the international series against England. Are the Diamonds on Wednesday? You'll see it on Fox Netball as Gordon looks for Nweke, but Courtney Bruce gets a hand to the ball. A scramble, and Nweke's gone offside, has she?
Well, there was so much happening in that passage of play. Courtney Bruce.
Might be a little damp in southeast Queensland at the moment, but thankfully we're indoors in a full house here at the Gold Coast Convention and Exhibition Centre. Souness looking for Grace Nweke. Courtney Bruce says no, and now says, I'll have the ball, thank you very much. A bullet pass was meant for Price, off the mark, and the Silver Ferns come back at them.
Well, that's one of Courtney Bruce's greatest strengths, is looking long and delivering a bullet pass. That one just had a little bit too much pepper on it. And you can see the frustration.
Goal defence, you need to adjust your timing, please. Backwards out there, goal shooter. Goal defence beside.
It's a little bit of advice for Joe Weston there to assess her timing. So the second quarter a bit like the first in terms of Australia rallying in the back end of each period.
The Diamonds are just playing that defensive structure of coming back, obviously trying to stop that goal, but they just need to be careful they're not giving away easy penalties like that one.
Thank you, goal defence.
We hit half-time with the Silver Ferns 3-goal advantage at the first quarter, extending out to 5 at the half. New Zealand 30 over Australia 25. The Silver Ferns seized after adjusting to their loss on Wednesday night magnificently, it must be said, over the first 2 quarters this evening. Straight away, Watson, the captain, inside to Sophie Garvin, and the Australians look to score first and do after the resumption. Steph Wood outside through Weston to improve her look. Wood leaves it short, but Garvin fights hard, called for the penalty, and Jury wins possession for the Silver Ferns. Yeah,
that's a big miss from Steph Wood. She obviously played herself around the circle to get better position. Missed the shot. Courtney Bruce, though.
Big defensive play now, Wood and Garvin. Watson was calling for the ball. And there's plenty of ball movement here. Price signalled by Garvin to put it in the air, which he does. And now Sophie leaves it short. Eventually we get going again.
Contact,
Windy the Price. Heffernan called out of it.
Contact, goal defence.
Garvin will get a really good look. And the difference after this goal, if it is scored, in fact, Garvin gets it done, is back to 1 goal. Let's bring in the Diamonds coach, Stacey Marinkovic. Plenty to work on after the first half, but you must be impressed with the way your team has started this second half.
Yeah, I thought, to be within the contest was a good point, but I think we had a bit of disconnect. It's really that.
Jamie Lee Price, that change, Amy Parmenter back onto Maddie Gordon. Both of those players, Parmenter and Price, are doing a great job on Maddie Gordon as the Aussies come up with another win on that centre pass. It's taking her completely out of the equation.
Forcing turnovers in this third quarter, the Australians.
That's it.
So Watson to Wood, who broke free of Jury and Kanaka. Steph Wood to shoot the Australians to the lead, and she does.
Absolutely, she is, Matt. Lizzie Watson, another win. The intensity from the Diamonds in this third quarter, outstanding.
Contact, centre.
Wood to Garvin.
Contact, goal defence.
And they're out by 3 now, the Australians. Worth repeating, they did trail by 7 goals. Didn't find the lead for the first time until this third quarter. And here they are out by 5. Wood for Garvin. It was pinpoint precision. Australia at its best.
Well, now we hear the crowd really starting to get involved in this.
After her first season with the Collingwood Magpies, and spent 4 years at the Swifts, she's had a huge third quarter, as have the Australians. Time expires, but Amelia Ann Ekanasio. Crowd doesn't like it.
Well, the pressure's on Amelia Ann Ekanasio. She's got 2 Aussie defenders breathing down her neck.
And they do enough. The hand pressure from Courtney Bruce and Jo Weston forces Ekanasio to miss that final shot. It is only 1 shot, but it sucks the oxygen out of the Silver Ferns as they head into three-quarter time. The Diamonds have fought back from their half-time deficit to lead it by 6. Australia 44, New Zealand 38.
So much happening off the court in the last 48 hours for them. A perfect opportunity to let all their actions speak louder than words.
The prize at the end will be 3 kilograms of sterling silver encrusted with 101 diamonds. The Constellation Cup. And Sophie Garbin just settles the start of this fourth quarter.
Contact pause, goal defence.
If you're applying your missing net points like we do in the Suncorp Super Netball, Laura, it's Ekanasio on top. Amelia Ann Ekanasio on top.
It's a mouthful, isn't it?
Grace Duecki scores.
It's a little mini run here for the Silver Ferns. Diamonds, important goal here for them. Just to keep, as I mentioned, that scoreboard ticking over. Great strong take, Sophie Garbin.
An important goal for the Diamonds, and the crowd knows it. Kimiora Poi, Whitney Sooners, and Emily Timu stripped of the ball by Liz Watson. A captain's knock. Wood for Garbin. A perfect feed, which becomes a goal assist.
Incredible work there from the Australian captain, Liz Watson.
Silver Ferns, they're rallying late. After the third quarter was dominated by Australia, 19-8. Here's Wood. Steph Wood scores for Australia. Joe Weston, 90 seconds left. Australia by 4. Content to work the clock, to move the ball. Jamie Lee Price, back for the captain. Watson to Wood. Time ticking away.
Ellie Timu, that ball just went over her head. The Silver Ferns are playing that space. She could see it, but just didn't get up and off the ground.
Australia well in control, and the World Cup looming middle of next year. And they have to tick another box in 2022. The Australian Diamonds. Sophie Garbin scores again to put it to bed. 57-52. Kimiora Poi. Ekanasio to Nweke.
She was up in the air. She could see it coming in.
Courtney Bruce plays every second. They could be ahead by 30 with 10 seconds to play. And she should be out there throwing her body around. The countdown is on. The Constellation Cup is coming back to Australia. A sold-out crowd at the Gold Coast Convention and Exhibition Centre stands to applaud their Diamonds, coming back from a 7-goal deficit in the first half to beat the Silver Ferns 57-53.